What's up, everybody? Be Wise Podcast, Chris Wright. Make sure you like and subscribe for me. Trying to get this page up, man. YouTube is so hard. It's one of the hardest platforms to grow on, but I understand probably billions of people on this platform. I don't even care about monetizing it, but I would like more followers and subscribers. So anyway, there's been a lot of news in the news about LeBron James and the Lakers and Jeannie Buss, and her saying that he was unappreciative of all the things that the Lakers have done for him. Also, she was saying that he never really appreciated that they drafted Bronny James, which is LeBron's son. And that's going to be the crux of the conversation today. I don't do a lot of sports. I'm more of a political podcaster. But LeBron James, in a way, is political. Because every time something has happened from a social standpoint or in politics that involved Black people, someone stuck a microphone in his face and he didn't always answer it the best way. And because of that, he's lost a lot of fans. You'd be hard pressed to find people who say, I don't like Michael Jordan. Even LeBron fans. They either will defend their guy, LeBron, against Jordan. Then there are some people who didn't like Michael Jordan because he did not talk politics and he did not speak about social issues. But he pretty much said Republicans wear sneakers too. Then there were those on the side of Black empowerment and Black issues who did not like that from Michael Jordan. But rarely do people say they don't like Michael Jordan. Maybe some of his ex-teammates, people who had business interactions with him because he was a shrewd businessman. I personally am a big UNC Tar Heel fan. And I wasn't a big fan of Michael Jordan. I was an Allen Iverson fan in Michael Jordan's prime. Sixers, Allen Iverson, Dr. J. And then when LeBron came on the scene, did not like LeBron at first, but I grew to like him mainly because of the pressures that he was receiving from outside noise. And I didn't like the piling on that we get so often, but he has said some stupid things. LeBron James grew up poor, but there was a certain point in his life where he started to have a charmed life. I grew up poor as well, but more of my life has been privileged, advantageous, and charmed than the unfortunate parts of my life. So I don't ride on those bad times. I pretty much ride on the times that have been good, the times I've had successes, the times that I've been blessed. And LeBron doesn't do that. He takes every opportunity when someone sticks a microphone in his face to say something that's absolutely stupid. I have a saying, you can be intellectual, but it doesn't mean you're intelligent. You can be intellectual because intelligent people say stupid things and that makes them less intelligent, but they may say it in an eloquent is the word I was looking for, eloquent in an intellectual way, if that makes sense. So there's this podcaster, Ray Daniels, and he was talking about the difference between LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. Not from a basketball standpoint, but from a man standpoint, an integrity standpoint. And I agree with some of the things he said, but there are things that I didn't agree with. And we're going to play his video where he's talking about it, and I'm going to interject as he's talking.
Nah, go there, because I'm lost right now, gang. I ain't gonna hold you.
Here's the difference between LeBron James
Your son looking at you crazy,
my
too.
son right there. I'm going to say this. Here's the difference between LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. because I like Kobe better. Kobe had a daddy.
Now, I'm going to stop right there. He's going to get into more. Kobe had a daddy. And I grew up with a lot of friends and family that did not have fathers in their lives. Do I believe, especially being a conservative myself, do I believe that fatherhood can build and make a better man? I had my father in my life. I didn't always listen to him. I didn't always accept his advice, his guidance, his recommendations. But as a man that I am today, I always reflect back on the things that, I always reflect back on the things that he told me and said to me. Sometimes fathers can say things in passing that it's not even a lesson, or it's not a long soliloquy or a paragraph of advice. They just say a sentence and drop it. Drop the mic and keep it going. And it means nothing when you're 16, but it might mean something when you're 40. You reflect back on it when you're 35, about to make a big decision in your life, or even 50. So fatherhood is extremely important. I'm not saying that. I am just saying that there are very successful people in the world who have overcome lack of a father, if that makes sense, right? Lack of a father not being in their lives. I think LeBron James have done pretty well for himself and for his life to have his circle be his father, his mother be his father. The people he's been around, coaches, advisors, accountants, professionals, have been a father to him. And I think what Ray Daniels is saying is, because he didn't have a father, there's some innate characteristics and attributes that he's missing. I can agree with that. But he goes, Kobe's better than LeBron because he didn't have a father. It's going to get deeper into that, but I wanted to stop on that point. All right, let's keep it going.
LeBron didn't. So when you have a father in the house, there are certain things that are put in you, right? When the George Floyd thing happened, you know, LeBron tweeted, y'all, why they don't like us?
Exactly. You can think it, but for the love of God, LeBron, you didn't need to chime in on that whole situation. I think you thought now would be a good time to gain the support and popularity from my people, from Black people. I want everybody in my corner. I want to see which way the wind's blowing. Oh, it looks like most people are on the side of George Floyd. You know what Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant would have said? Well, I don't really have an opinion. This is what they would have said. I don't really have an opinion right now. We need to wait till all the facts come out and then, see where this goes in the courts. And I'm not really into the political side of this, or it's a shame that it's happened. I pray for his family, da, 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 da. That's a smart answer. It may not be real. It may not be authentic, but neither was LeBron's answer. They don't like us. You have a billionaire or a multimillionaire saying they don't like us. Back on that a little bit.
Thing happened. You know, LeBron tweeted, y'all, why they don't like us? Nigga, they like you. They don't like us, nigga. What you talking? Like, that's pussy shit to me. Like, you supposed to be the strongest, biggest man. Lead us. Tell us, fuck them people. We the shit without the people. But you like, why they don't like us? He's his mom. He's a mama's boy. And by the way, I'm not. When I say this, this is no disrespect. Kobe Bryant was raised by his father. That's why he has that mentality. That's why he had that confidence. That's why he had that silent confidence. When he missed those 3 free throws and everybody laughed at him,
he still walked off with his head on. He came back better.
He didn't LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, because I like Kobe better.
All right, so I hit my video. But anyway, I think that was kind of a knock on all those people who don't have fathers in their lives. That you're mama's boy. And so many single mothers raise boys today. Now, I could go into a whole different show on the problems of being raised by just a mama. You do lack some innate attributes and characteristics that a man raised by a father has. But when he said that, I just felt that he was putting down a lot of people that don't have fathers.
He's a mama's boy. When I say this, this is no disrespect. Kobe Bryant was raised by his father. That's why he has that mentality. That's why he had that confidence. That's why he had that silent confidence. Only he missed those 3 free throws and everybody laughed at him.
He still walked off with his head high. Came back better.
He didn't say, I need to go play for another team. That's a bitch move.
All right, so I have something to say about LeBron going to other teams. He wasn't the first player to do that, everyone. He just gets the knock because he went to play with one of the best players at that time, being Dwayne Wade. I remember here's another knock, on critics of the NBA. If you stay on your team and superstars come to play with you, it's not a knock. Even if you had a hand in getting them there. I remember Dwayne Wade was trying to get a championship. And the ownership management of the Heat was able to get Shaquille O'Neal to come to the Heat. So Dwayne Wade didn't go to play with Shaq. Shaq came to play with him. Okay? Also, Kobe didn't go play with Shaq. Shaq went to play with Kobe. But no one knocks Shaq for going to different teams to win championships. Because ironically, Shaquille O'Neal won a championship in Miami, and he won a championship in LA. Both times he went to those teams. This was prior to LeBron James making his move. Ray said, that's a bitch move, but it's been done before. Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen teamed up with Paul Pierce in Boston. Paul Pierce is seen as the good guy because he didn't leave his team to join others, but 2 others joined his team, just like Bosh and LeBron went to the Heat. I never understood why he takes so much heat for that, no pun intended, but it's not the first time that major moves were made like that. Y'all remember the time that Chris Paul was blocked from going to the Lakers? I believe it was the Lakers, by the NBA. The NBA squashed the deal. So, not a bitch move. And free agency wasn't even the same. It's a players' league now. It was a GM's league prior to that. After LeBron, players had more power because of arbitration and collective bargain agreement, how they could move. A player today could go anywhere they want, almost anytime they want, because they have guaranteed contracts. Let's get back.
That's something that if you go talk to your dad about, he gonna say, you don't think you're great enough without Wade? You mean to tell me, son, you don't think you could beat Wade? You need Wade to win? He wasn't raised with his dad. There's nothing against him.
It's a false equivalency. We're talking 2 different NBAs. The guy, give him credit. LeBron did 7 years in Cleveland, made it all the way to the championship. With guys named like Agauskas, who I can't even name his starting 5 right now off the top of my head. I would have to Google it. Larry Hughes. Right now, name 6 players on LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers team, and he took them all the way to the championship. He had taken that team as far as he could take them, and the management and leadership would not bring anyone in there to help him. You need at least 2 people, 2 stars to win an NBA championship. People say Giannis did it without a star. No, he didn't. There were other people on that team. They weren't superstars, but they were stars. When Shaq left LA, Kobe won a championship. He had some very good players on that team. Very good players on that team. So, I mean, anyway, it's a different league. I mean, it's a false equivalency, and I don't think Ray's being fair about that.
If his dad was in his life and his dad raised him, his dad would have said, do not give it to your son. Don't give it to him because I didn't give it to you. Make him earn it like I made you earn it.
So I want to talk about, now he's going to get into the Bronny James situation.
He wasn't raised with his dad. There's nothing against him. If his dad was in his life and his dad raised him, his dad would have said, do not give it to your son. Don't give it to him because I didn't give it to you. Make him earn it like I made you earn it. But there's no father. There's no, like, that's why I love Shaq. Because Shaq had his father's life. That's why he's like, my kids ain't rich, I'm rich. Like, he's like, just like a man. That's what you love about him. LeBron is like, those my kids. And by the way, I love my kids like LeBron loves his kids. I ain't gonna even lie to you. But I wouldn't get him in the league.
Okay, so let's talk about nepotism. We'll talk about nepotism. So I've been in corporate America pretty much all my life. I did 10 years in the military where there's no nepotism, not that I know of. But in corporate America, nepotism, that's where it thrives. I've worked for companies where people's daughters and sons are head of departments, department heads, VPs, CEOs, COOs. Hey, you meet my daughter, she's VP of this department, or nepotism just flows in the company, especially if the guy owns the company. If he owns the company, his children are definitely coming with him. But if he doesn't own the company, he's just like an executive in a company, he's going to talk to the owner. Hey, my kid just graduated from college. Can we get him a position? Nepotism flows in white America. It's just what it is. So LeBron James has the opportunity to get his son in the NBA. I know it looks bad. He's going to say something that I kind of agree with. The way I raise my kids. Giving them the opportunity, but not getting them the job. If I have a daughter, and if someone was to say, if I knew someone in a high position, I'm not going to say, hey, can you give my daughter a job? I'm going to say, my daughter just graduated from college. How can she get in your company? People, if they like me, they're going to say, oh, absolutely. I love your daughter, this, that, and the other. Have her fill out a resume. I'll set up an interview with her. I got her an opportunity, but I did not get her a job. And I kind of agree with this. LeBron James didn't just give him an opportunity. He got him the job. He used his leverage by saying, I will re-sign with you if you sign my son. You're holding the team hostage. That was like, well, what are they supposed to say? He's like, dude, it's a late pick. It's the 12th man on the bench. I would just love him to be around me in my last few years. I get the sentiment. But Bronny James doesn't belong in the NBA. Now, if he had said, hey, no team's going to draft my son. Can we give him a tryout? Can he be a walk-on? Maybe he's good enough for the what's it called, the G League. But can we at least give him a tryout? That's all I can ask for. I'm so twisted on this. I toss and turn about how I feel about it, but on my part, there is nepotism if someone was to say, well, Chris's daughter got that job because Chris is close friends with the coach, or Chris is good friends with the executive or whatever. Nope, she got the opportunity. But there's been many times, or a few times, I got my daughter an opportunity to apply, to try out, to, be a candidate, but I didn't make the final decision. There was no quid pro quo. It was not me saying, if I do this for you, then you do this for me. And I think that's going to be a stain on LeBron's legacy. Let's continue.
Little Raymond's learning how to produce. He got to figure that shit out himself. When he's ready, he'll come tell me he's ready, and then I'll help him, guide him. But I'm not gonna call Jody Gersner Universal and say my son need a deal.
But isn't that the point? And I'm not trying to get too personal, but isn't that the point of being nepotism? Isn't that the point of you reaching the heights you reach?
So now he makes a good point. Like, generational wealth is different today. I worked hard so my children wouldn't have to. That's the sentiment. I made it to these great heights, and I fought and scraped and clawed so my children wouldn't have to. So when I'm in a position to just hand them something, they're going to get it easier. But does that make them strong? I see what he's saying, but the more I think about it, man, the more I'm on the side of Ray that no, I want to give my children opportunities. And what if they fail every time you give them an opportunity? Then they're losers. They're losers by nature. What do? Then you need to spend more time lifting them up and if they don't have the innate attributes, then you may have to teach them that. Send them to school or something. I don't know.
You can put this nigga on if you want to.
I could give you opportunity. LeBron didn't give his son an opportunity. He gave his son a career. That's different. An opportunity is like, yo, let him come for the tryout, see what he does. Yeah. A career is y'all like me here, right? Draft him, and I need a 4-year. Like, his deal gonna tell me how much y'all like me, and they did it. And now they're like, yo, can we get a discount on your deal? And he like, no. Oh, nigga, you about to be traded. Yeah. Watch what happened. Now Rich Paul is this. It's all, bruh, this is all planned.
So yeah, interesting conversation. And I know a lot of people, especially conservatives, do not like LeBron James. If LeBron James had played 21 years and just shut up, he would have had a lot more fans. And of course, there was the decision to go to Miami. But if he had had this level of talent, this skill, arguably one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball, and just did it, and it's not a shut up and dribble conversation we're having. It's a be savvy in your conversations and language and dribble. I don't believe in shut up and dribble. I believe those players have a platform. I believe that they should be able to speak. But for God's sake, you would have so much more money. Your shoes would be selling like Jordans. And you're a billionaire, so I'm not going to tell you how to make $1 billion. I don't have $1 billion, God knows. But my point is that I knew that the fact that people don't love you like they love Michael Jordan or even Kobe Bryant, that pains you. The fact that you went to LA, you didn't go to LA and put on Kobe's shoes, but you really didn't leave a footprint of your own because you only won one championship in a bubble. So, I don't know. Out there, tell me what you think. Put it in the comments. Was Ray Daniels right that because he didn't have a father, because he didn't have those characteristics and attributes, that silent confidence, that core confidence, because he didn't have that, is that why Kobe's better than LeBron? Love to know what you think. I'll take it here. Be Wise Podcast, Chris Wright. Like and subscribe, please. See you on the other side.